All right, so welcome to another video. Today we're going to take a look at if you can and should reuse images throughout multiple blog posts. So if you have kind of one image, can you use it across multiple blog posts? Stay tuned. I'm going to give you some thoughts and tidbits in this episode. All right, so if you're starting a blog or if you have a blog-based business, you're probably creating quite a bit of content. And with that bit of content, it's sometimes more difficult to finding images that you like or even licensing some images. So when it comes to building a blog-based business, there's a lot of decisions that you have to make when it comes to choosing images. Images not only help you retain customers a little bit longer on the page because they are attractive, but they kind of sometimes attract people to click through to that blog post. Now, if you're brand new to building a blog business, definitely check out my sponsor, Pork Bun. They are great when it comes to choosing a domain name. Just go to porkbun.com and you can go ahead and register and book your domain name to get started with a blog business. All right, so let's kick things off and let me show you a little insight as to using the same images for your blog. So if you go through and you're looking at your blog, and here's my blog, this is Backstage Income right here. So every blog post that I kind of have, we go ahead and transcribe basically the video that you see here, and we go ahead and capture the screenshot in making it an image or turning it into an image. We kind of convert it over. Not every single one, but just about many of the more popular ones. So if we go in and let's just open up a few of these up just to get an idea, we should be able to see some form of content here. So you can see here as we scroll down, you can see there is kind of an image there. Now the question is can you reuse some of these images over and over again? Some people, what they do is they go ahead and post generic images. Like let's say if I was writing about content topics like social media, something like this, I might be able to reuse some of these pictures throughout different blog posts. So the question is it smart to? You can do that, I think, and it really just comes down to the number of content pieces that you have. If let's say you have 1,000 content blog pieces and you're just reusing some of these images, this is from Unsplash, which is actually free to use, but let's say you're buying licenses for those images. If you go ahead and reuse that image, let's just say over 100 content pieces and use it a few times, 3 to 5 times, most people aren't going to notice. And the reason I say that is because when you're starting to go in and put a post for all these different blogs, what you're looking at is, not everybody's going to read every single content piece. So if I reuse the same image, let's say one over here and one over here and even one over here, maybe that same person would go to this one and this one and this one, but they might not go in on all 3 of them. So to reuse those images across multiple blog posts, it should be fine, especially if you've got quite a bit of content pieces. Like you can see here, I have quite a handful of content pieces on every single page. So if I just every 10 content pieces, I just reused kind of the same image, it might be fine because the majority of your audience will be kind of first-time visitors. They're just going to go in and hit and bounce to your website, and then they'll probably leave. Now, there will be some that'll stick around. Let's say 10% might actually go in and stick around and give you their email address or build a relationship. And in that case, those people aren't going to stress too much about, hey, do you have different images or unique images? So if you go in and actually start looking at, okay, here's all the different blog posts I have. So here's blog post 1, blog post 2, blog post 3, and I might use this one image here for this first one. But then what I could do is do a second image here at the bottom for that same image right there. So basically I'm redoing and reusing that same image back and forth on 3 different blog posts across maybe, let's say 50 different postings. And that saves me quite a bit of time to being able to reuse that same image, especially if you've got licensing issues that maybe you're only allowed to use the image a certain number of times or only on a certain domain. Then in that case, it might allow you to reuse that same license over and over again because it's for your domain since you've purchased the license to use it. If it's specific to the blog post, then that might be a little more difficult because the URLs and links change time and time again. But in general, they're usually blog specific or company specific for you buying the license. So this will allow you to kind of hip hop and put different across different blog posts. You'll be able to use the same image and making things a lot easier for you than hunting for a new image every single time. So across, let's say we've got 10 blog posts and we've got here's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I go in and just put that same image here and there. And then I've got an audience person that might actually only visit, let's just say they visit these 5 blog posts. Well, in that case, they really only hit that same image one time. And the point of those images is, again, depending on what you're trying to do, is either to telegraph your story, give you some visual, attractions, so that way people hang around a little longer, or to make things a little more clear. So just depending on what you're using the images for, if they're just more for an attraction-based thing, there's no reason why you can't reuse some of those images over and over again and really just save yourself a bit of time rather than hunting and searching for new images. Each image might take you 5 minutes to find one, download one, and re-upload a new one. Whereas what you could do is just, if you had a blog going already, just open up your browse area and reuse one of the old images that's already in the blog. And that would just save you quite a bit of time. Multiply that times, let's say 10 or 20 times, you're already saving yourself 50 minutes to an hour of work periodically. So that can be really beneficial. So anyways, I don't think there's a problem reusing those images over and over and time again. I think it's just a matter of, like, if you want to be super unique. Later on, as your website continues to build and grow, you could hire a virtual assistant to slowly change out those images with time and kind of make it even more special, especially for the ones that you're getting quite a bit of traffic on. So anyways, I hope that helps, gives you some insight to reusing your images and reusing the same images across multiple blog posts, because really can be a huge time saver if you go ahead and do that. And I don't think there's a lot of negativity or negative parts that go with it. So go ahead, keep doing it, save yourself some time, and continue to evolve and grow your blog business. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next video.